We tell stories at Milwaukee PBS. Here's one you may have missed.
We are at River Edge Nature Center, where I'm the Adventure Education Manager, which is quite possibly the best job title ever. So I do tree climbing, canoeing, kayaking, summer camp, snowshoeing, a little bit of everything that's fun and awesome.
Yeah,
This
really
is the magic knot.
Okay.
These are your up ropes. This is your down rope.
Got it.
Put both hands on the down rope. You're gonna slide up on the magic knot.
Ooh, got like a rope burn.
Have a seat. Tree climbing is one of the most amazing experiences that you can possibly have. Tree climbing got started because we had a bunch of rock climbers who looked at arborists and were like, hey, I can do that. And it got started in the 80s and has just caught on since then. And a few years ago, our executive director, Jessica, decided that, you know, we have all these great forests, we have all these amazing things happening here. Why don't we do more and have more people come in and see just how connected you can be with nature and unplug themselves? So they came out and they started doing tree climbing. This is not the up the branch, and how close can you stay and how do you keep that balance? This one is completely safe. In the entire history, nobody has ever been seriously injured in any tree climbing. Our tree climbing is definitely safe. Around your ear, not over. Otherwise it rubs and that's not very comfortable.
Especially when you're all that way up, you don't have any idea how to undo it.
Yeah, you don't want to take your helmet off up in the tree. That would be a bad plan. So when you get here, you get a helmet. You get a saddle, which is a lot like a rock climbing harness, but it has a few differences. And then you get hooked into the ropes, and the ropes are what you're actually climbing. But that makes it a whole lot safer, and it makes it so you can go a lot higher. Most people, when they just climb a tree, they get about 20 feet up, and then the branches start looking a little small, and maybe that's as far as you can go. Our climbs today are going to go to about 60 feet is our highest, and we have some that are a little bit lower. The lower ones are usually along the trunk of the tree, which means that they're great for tree dancing. So you can bounce and push off the tree and come back. The other ones are called branch routes, and they hang out a little bit further from the tree, which makes them great for swinging and bat hanging, and they allow you to go a little bit higher. You do not have to be a knot expert. We tie all of the knots that are going to hold your weight. We just ask that you tie safety knots along the way, which are just a backup. So that way, if you accidentally pull on the wrong knot, you don't fall down to the ground. That's not an issue. It's kind of like a backup system, and it gets backed up and backed up and backed up and backed up. So there's no worries. It's perfectly safe.
You're gonna pick the rope up under your leg, give it a twist, so you have a loop with an X in it, and then you take this rope that goes down to the ground, push it through the loop, grab your new loop really tight, and push down on the knot.
We do not climb just any tree. So before we designate a grove, we have to look at the tree itself, make sure that the ground around it is safe. So right now we are going to be climbing pretty close to a trail, so we have to designate an area that's a safety zone so that no one accidentally walks through there. We have to check the tree itself. Are its roots good? Is the trunk good? Are the branches good? Are they nice and healthy? Do they have enough spread so that we can have people in there? Is it big enough? And then once we do all of that, every single time we climb that tree, we check those things again to make sure. There could have been a storm, a branch could have broken off. We actually had to retire one at the beginning of the year because that's exactly what happened. Over the winter, there was some storm damage from frost, and that tree right now just wouldn't be a safe one to climb.
It is a strange feeling. Like you're suspended, but you don't feel like you're weightless because you're pulling up your weight, but
it's definitely a different experience.
It definitely is, yeah.
It is a full body workout. In order to do your best job climbing, you want to use your legs, but you want to use your arm and your core as well.
2 hands, push up, slide it, and if you can do it all in
Oh,
one.
I know, that would be the best. Okay.
Like that, exactly. It'll make it a lot smoother, and it doesn't seem like you're doing 3 things at once.
I just worked up a sweat.
For those who know they don't have quite that arm strength or that leg strength or that core strength, we do have a system that helps make it a little bit easier for you to ascend. And we can actually use that with people who have specific needs as well. So if they've had a prior arm or leg injury, or they have lower back pain or something along those lines, we can help you get a little bit higher with that one. we can get just about anyone up into the tree. They do have to be 7 or up. A little bit older helps because it makes it easier for them to tie the knots and they kind of understand it a little bit better. But we have had some 7-year-olds just fly right up those trees. If you have previous injuries, like if you've injured a knee or a shoulder and you're not really sure, no worries. We have some systems that help us to make it a little bit easier. We actually had a couple last year in their 80s who climbed about 20 feet up, held onto each other's hands and got to swing. And they've been together since they were like 7 years old. That was probably the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. So if you are 8 or 80, we can still get you up in a tree.
This is like a dream come true.
You see that with the kids, you see that with the adults. They feel free. They have that chance to reconnect with nature and just be themselves. And honestly, being up in the trees when there's a nice gentle breeze and you kind of sway with it a little bit, there's nothing better. This is certainly a transformational opportunity. A lot of people come in, especially those who are afraid of heights, and they think, oh, I'm not gonna make it anywhere. I'm gonna maybe 3 feet off the ground and I'm gonna kind of freak out. And the next thing they know, they're 20 or 30 feet up in a tree. It's a freeing experience where they can just cut loose. Nobody cares where you go. If you're 5 feet, if you're 15, or if you're 50 feet off the ground, you are where you're supposed to be. And so it's a big confidence builder for kids and adults that, you know what, I can still do all those things that I love. And I can have that experience that I had when I was a kid.
Watch Outdoor Wisconsin on Milwaukee PBS and watch online at milwaukeepbs.org.